Steve Griffiths here, developer of the MTPredictor software program. In this video I'd like to look at how the NQ unfolded yesterday. That was Tuesday, April the 3rd. So we've got a couple of setups on our MTPredictor chart. This is actually MTPredictor version 7. The new version we're still in beta testing at the moment. But I'd like to use this to have a look at the setups we have. So if I look at this chart here, you can see we had two sell setups yesterday. The first was a DP sell, but it was against a blue STF, so standard traders would have ignored that, but I'll have a look at that in a minute with advanced traders' eyes. But for standard traders and new traders to MTPredictor, there was a beautiful TS3 sell here that unfolded when the STF was red or black, and that means that standard traders could have taken the sell setup. So let's put the analysis on. Again, we hover over the red sell bar, we do analyze setup, and you can see our position sizing comes on. That gives us the number of contracts to trade to keep our risk small and under control. Our projected target is also placed on the chart for you, and as you can see, the market went straight down and actually hit our first target there after only a matter of minutes, which was a really nice result. You can see the profit at this level here would have been approximately 8.3R. Standard trade management guidelines would be coming out at this level here, because the STF is what we call weak. Therefore, we'd be looking to take profits at this particular level here. Please remember that we use correct position sizing, so that means our profits at these targets here are actually in risk units. In other words, the profit here was approximately 8 times the initial risk, or that turned initial risk of approximately $390 into a profit of just over 3,200. So a very good trade there indeed. And again, that was a standard trade, so all standard new MTPredictor users should have managed to catch that. Now I'd like to look at this trade here, which is the DP sell. Now remember, I said it was against the blue STF, therefore standard traders should not consider trades against our STF colour. However, for advanced traders, we move up to the higher time frame to see whether we're at larger degree support or resistance. So let's have a look at the 15-minute chart, and we can see we have some waves going up here. So let's have a look at if there's any Elliott wave pattern on this. So if I right mouse click at the top here and I do Elliott wave intermediate, you can see that we had a 5-wave pattern, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, with the high right at the minimum wave 5 WPT. So on the 15-minute chart, at this point in time here, we are at wave 5 resistance. So the idea being is, if you're at larger degree resistance, then the advanced traders among you can consider taking trades that are against the STF colour. So this means when this DP sell came in here, we knew we were at larger degree resistance. So let's just place the analysis on. Standard trade setup then would have got a short 5 contracts. There's our initial target at 2.5R, in other words a profit of a potential 2.5 times the initial risk. Again, we use our position sizing, so this automatically counts 5 contracts for us. However, the trade management was slightly different here, again using the standard trade management guidelines. When the market reached the first target, which was here on this bar, we come down and the STF now is what we call strong. In other words, it was beyond this grey strength band. When that happens, it normally means that the market is going to go further. In other words, it's going to go beyond the initial target. We then use our ATR stop, which is our red dots here, to then manage the trade a bit further. So that would have held you short and got you out of the trade, or stopped you out about this level here. So let's just take the risk reward down to about that level, and you can see that would actually have resulted in a nice plus 3.7R profit. So the day started very well for the advanced trades among you with a plus 3.7R profit. But do you all see how for the advanced traders, because this 3-minute DP sell came in at the same time as the 15-minute resistance, it was okay for the advanced traders among you to take it. So now if we look at the NQ as a whole yesterday, it means we'd have had a plus 3.7R profit there, and then we would have had a plus 8.3R profit there. So on the NQ, it was a very good day for the MTPredictor traders among you. As a PS for the advanced traders among you as well, those who like to look at the VSA, which is our high volume VSA spikes, if I now change the volume, you can see at the very low of the day here, we actually had a high volume VSA spike. So if I put our DP on from that prior low, it came in at DP support. If I put our DP on from the prior low, it also came in at DP support as well. So were there any reasons why you'd actually like this particular high volume VSA setup? Well, again, we looked at the larger degree chart, and here we can see, if I just clear that off, here we can see at this point we're actually getting a TS4 buy, and in reality we would have actually had an Elliott wave C low there, and even if we hadn't have spotted that, if you just put the DP on from the prior 15-minute low, you would have seen that you were coming into 15-minute DP support. So on the 15-minute chart, there are about 3 reasons there why there was support coming in at that level. So again, the advanced traders among you could then look at this and say, yes, this high volume VSA setup was also coming in at 15-minute support. If I now put where our target would be on, which would be up here, let's put the risk reward on, and it was a potential 2.4-hour trade going up off the low of the day. Now yes, it didn't quite reach that, so if we come down and see what the risk was, the profit was just on close, it would have been a nice 1.9-hour profit. But again, for the advanced traders among you, it means that you would have actually had a short trade off the very high of the day on the NQ yesterday. You had also had a VSA setup that actually managed to have you long off the very low of the day, and of course we've seen that nice, that beautiful TS3 sell during the day as well. So you can see you have the tools in MTPredictor to do some good analysis and capture some great trades when you don't just look at the 3-minute chart that you're trading. You actually make sure that you look at, whoops, we want to go to the NQ, you look at the larger degree chart, and when you actually keep an eye on the larger degree time frame to in particular watch out for larger degree support or resistance areas, then you come down to your 3-minute chart to do your trades. You can see you can get some very nice trades indeed. And it was a very good day to be able to catch the high and the low of the day yesterday.